A very good morning, students. Children, in previous video I had explained about the concept of the chemical reaction. Okay, and I also tell about that how do we come to know that the chemical reaction has taken place or not. So there are some physical characteristic to check whether the solution will take place or not. So these were evolution of gas, change in color, change in temperature, formation of precipitate and change in state. So children, in this video we are going to read in detail about these physical characteristics, okay, to check to, or you can say to know about the chemical reaction taking place. Clear? So the first one is that evolution of gas. Clear? Now children, take a conical flask. Now add dilute, add any acid children, or you can take dilute sulfuric acid. Clear children? Okay, now add some zinc granules. Okay, children, granules means the small pieces of the zinc. Why we take the small pieces of zinc? In order to carry out the reaction more fast. Clear everyone? So if the question asks that if we take zinc powder or zinc dust in place of zinc crystal, then what do you observe? So in the same way children, the reaction will be more fast because it is in the form of a powder form, so it reacts vigorously with it. Clear everyone? So in order to carry out the reaction more rapidly children, we use zinc granules in a place of zinc crystal. Clear? So now children, when we add zinc granules into this acid children, after a while we observe that there is a evolution of gases which is coming out from the conical flask. So now children, on that time, what do you think? You will think that, sir, what is this gas and how does this happen? Yes or not children? So children, in order to know this gas, we will take a burning splinter near this gas, or you can take burning matchstick. We will take a burning splinter or burning matchstick, or you can say lighter also. Okay? When we take burning splinter near this gas, and when this spark comes in contact with this gas, if this gas burns with the pop sound, then this gas will be hydrogen gas. Clear everyone? If this gas burns with the pop sound, then this gas will be hydrogen gas. This is also the identification of hydrogen gas. Please note in your copy children. So evolution of gas. Now you can write the observation. In this, hydrogen gas evolves. Clear everyone? Now take the chemical reaction, what the product formed. Children, I have told you that if there is a evolution of gas, it means that the chemical reaction has taken place. So children, if the chemical reaction has taken place, clear, it must have reactant also and product also. So reactant we have zinc and dilute sulfuric acid plus dilute sulfuric acid. Okay? Now children, make the product. Children, when we break this compound into their ionic form, hydrogen contains positive charge and sulfate is the radical which contains 2 negative charge. Clear? So now zinc is the metal which contains positive charge by losing 2 electrons. So first positive charge will attract the negative charge and form ZnSO4. Clear everyone? And the remaining hydrogen will convert into the hydrogen gas. So in this process children, which gas is produced? Hydrogen gas. You can identify this gas by taking a burning splinter near this gas or with the help of chemical equations. So the overall means children, if there is a evolution of any gases like nitrogen gas, oxygen gas, carbon dioxide gas, if any gas is releasing by mixing two or more reactant, it means that the chemical reaction has taken place. Clear everyone? So now second point is that change in color. If you found changing colors by combination between two solution, by combination between metal and solution, so it means also that children the chemical reaction has taken place. For example, let us try to understand with the help of example. So now take a small beaker and fill with copper sulfate solution. Copper sulfate solution. Children, the color of copper sulfate solution is blue in color. And the main point is that children, copper sulfate whenever it is found in aqueous form, that is why it is getting blue color. Clear? But when children, when this copper sulfate found in the solid state, the color will be white. So please note in your copy, if copper sulfate found in the aqueous form, in solution form, it is blue in color. So now children, in this copper sulfate, we are going to add a iron nail, you can say iron nail in this solution Fe. Okay, so when this iron children, when this iron nail comes in contact with this solution, after a while you observe that children, the blue color of this copper fades away and at last it becomes green in color. It becomes green in color. Clear? So it means that children, how does this happen? The main color was blue in color, but when iron dipped in this solution children, how does this happen? How does this color changes take place? So it means that children, if there is changing of color, it means that the chemical reaction is taking place between iron and copper sulfate solution. For example, we have taken Fe, iron plus CuSO4. Okay, right here, Fe plus CuSO4 which is aqueous form. Now see children, when you break this compound, copper contains 2 plus charge and SO4 contains 2 minus charge and Fe 2 plus charge. So now children, when copper sulfate chemically combine in the aqueous form, it is blue in color. But children, we all know it well that iron is more reactive than copper. Clear everyone? Iron is more reactive than copper. So children, if it is a more reactive, so iron will displace copper and form the iron sulfate. It will displace the copper and form the FeSO4. So children, due to the formation of this iron sulfate, the blue color fades away and at last it becomes green in color. Now is it clear everyone? So this overall it means that if there is a changing color take place, it means chemical reaction is taking place between iron and zinc. So now it is clear everyone? Now third is change in temperature. Okay, if temperature changes children, it means also that chemical reaction has taken place. For example, now take a beaker and add water into this. Water is in the form of normal, neither too cold, neither too hot. Okay, so now add calcium oxide, which is also called the quicklime. The common name of this calcium oxide is called quicklime. So children, when you add calcium oxide into this water, now the water is in the form of normal, and also the temperature of this vessel is normal, means cool you can say. But when you add calcium oxide into this water, okay, after a while you will observe that this vessel, it becomes very hot, even you cannot touch it. So now the question is that how does it happen? Yes or not children? It means that if the initial temperature was normal, means cool, but when it react with each other, when it combines with each other, the final temperatures become hot, means there is a changing temperature between initial and final children. So it means that if there is a change in temperature, it is clearly the chemical reaction is taking place between calcium oxide and water. So now when calcium oxide react with water, it forms a select line. It forms a select line. This one is a quicklime, and this one is a select line, or select line, or lime water. Clear everyone? Along with heat energy release. Clear everyone? So now this one is in the form of solid state, so in the form of liquid state. When solid dissolved in the liquid form, okay, and solvent is water, so it forms aqueous. So children, this aqueous of calcium hydroxide is used for whitewashing on the wall. Okay, this topic will come in combination reaction, so I will explain further in detail, but right now you must know about that this compound, the aqueous solution of calcium hydroxide, is used for whitewashing on the wall. So quicklime is the common name of calcium oxide. Slag lime or lime water is used for whitewashing on the wall. The question can be asked in your board examination that what do you observe when quicklime is added in water? So what you will write? The temperature change take place, okay, and it forms slag lime or lime water. Now it is clear everyone? So overall it means that if there is a temperature changing, it is also clear that chemical reaction has taken place. Now the fourth one is the formation of precipitate. Formation of precipitate. So children, first of all, I think you all are thinking about, sir, what do you understand by the precipitate? Okay. Now see children, precipitate is a insoluble solid product which produce during chemical reaction. It is an insoluble solid product which is produced during chemical reaction. For example, you have seen many times when the milk is in the cooling form. When milk is in the cool form, normal form, there is no layer formed on the surface of the milk. But when it gets hot, one thick layer will deposit on the surface of the milk, which will not dissolve again. Clear everyone? So this insoluble solid is called precipitate. So precipitate, it means that an insoluble solid product, okay, and insoluble solid product which produce during chemical reaction. So main thing is that it is an insoluble solid product, means it will not dissolve. Clear everyone? So all the precipitate are an insoluble solid product which always produce in chemical reaction. So now children, let us take an example to understand this point clearly. Suppose we have taken a test tube, and in this test tube children, I have taken lead nitrate, which is totally colorless, which don't have any color. Okay, because test tube A. In another test tube we have taken potassium iodide, which is also colorless. Okay, in one test tube we have taken a lead nitrate, and in second test tube we have taken a potassium iodide. Now mix with each other both the solution. It is a form of aqueous solution also, it is also formed in aqueous solution. So now when you mix with each other with of these two solution, it forms children solution. But children, after a while you will observe that one insoluble solid product is deposited at the bottom of this mixture. You will observe that one insoluble solid is produced at the bottom of the mixture, and this insoluble solid is called a precipitate. Now it is clear everyone, and the color of this precipitate is yellow. Okay, now children, the question is that how does this happen? Both are the colorless, but it form yellow color, and both are the aqueous form. How does it form the solid? So children, I have told you, if there is a formation of precipitate, if insoluble solid precipitate is formed, it means that the chemical reaction has taken place. Now we will understand that with the help of chemical equation, that what is precipitate. Okay, what is that precipitate? Now lead nitrate and potassium iodide. Okay, so now children, when you break this compound, lead contains Pb2 plus, yes or not children, Pb2 plus and NO3 minus. Clear? It potassium, when you break, K plus and iodine minus. Children, the charge I have already explained in class 9th. I think you all have notes. So just go through how to chemical formula so you can easily understand. Lead contains 2 plus charge, nitrate is the radical, contains negative charge. Potassium contains positive charge and iodine contains negative charge. Okay children? So now plus charge will combine, lead combine with this one and form lead iodide, a plus KNO3, So children, this lead iodide is a precipitate. You can also write short form PPT, which is yellow in color, and this is aqueous form. Now I think overall it is clear that children, whenever there is a formation of precipitate, or you can say whenever there is a insoluble solid product is formed, it means that the chemical reaction is taking place between lead nitrate and potassium oxide. So today children, we have completed 4 parts. The 5th part is that change in state. So in the next video I will explain about in detail. Clear everyone? So thank you children.